Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, Wooden Railway Adventures, Episode 145, Paranoid Paxton. Paxton absolutely loves his new life on the Island of Sodor. He couldn't imagine going a day without it. However, unfortunately, there is still one thing that bothers Paxton. Even though he works on the grandest railway in the entire world, well, Paxton really isn't one of Sir Topham Hatt's engines. He's still owned by the other railway, and this bothers Paxton. Paxton knows that if Sir Topham Hatt would have an issue with him, that he would come and talk to Paxton. However, Paxton isn't so sure about this, since there are many other engines around the world wanting to work on the Island of Sodor, and since Paxton isn't a Sodor engine, well, Paxton could be sent away without warning. One day, Paxton was pulling the Sodor fuel tankers around the Island of Sodor. He came past the diesel sheds, where the diesels were sitting. They didn't look very happy at all. Paxton chuckled to himself. He said, I'm so much happier that I'm out here rather than stuck in those old cleany sheds. And with that, Paxton went down the line. Soon he arrived at Wellsworth Station. This is where he was going to drop the tankers off. All of a sudden, he saw Toby, and an engine he had never seen before. "Oh, hello, Toby," said Paxton. "Is this a friend of yours?" "Yes," said Toby. "Flora, this is Paxton." "Oh, hello, Paxton," said Flora. "It's nice to meet you." "The pleasure is mine," said Paxton. "Are you visiting from another railway?" "Yes," said Flora, "I am. Toby and I have met up at the works several times due to our schedules, and, well, Toby's told me so much about the Sodor Railway, I had to come see it for myself." "Oh, well, that's nice to hear," said Paxton. "I hope you enjoy your visit." Just then the conductor's whistle blew, and Toby had to leave. "Oh, bother," said Toby. Flora, would you like to come around the island with me and continue our tour?" You know what? I'll stay here for the moment. Is that all right?" "That's perfectly fine," said Toby. "I'll be back at Wellsworth Station in half an hour to drop off some passengers. We can continue then." "All right," said Flora. "See you, Toby." "Goodbye, Flora," said Toby. Sorry, Paxton. I have to get through here." "Oh, no problem at all," said Paxton. And with that, Paxton puffed away. Toby puffed away from the station as well, and soon set off into the distance. Paxton came back to the station so that he could drop the tankers off. "So," said Flora, "how long have you worked here on the Island of Sodor?" "Oh," said Paxton, a couple months or so." "Oh, so you're relatively new?" "I guess," said Paxton. "Well, what was your old railway?" I worked on the other railway." "Oh," said Flora, "I've heard about that railway. I've heard it's in turmoil now. I'm glad that you got out of there." "Yes," said Paxton, "so am I." Paxton was growing very uncomfortable with the subject, but just then he noticed something very peculiar. He said, "Flora, if you don't mind asking, why do you have Sodor tramways written on you? You're just a visitor." "Oh," said Flora, "well, I haven't told Toby yet, but I would really like to work here on the Island of Sodor." "Oh," said Paxton. Well, that's cool." "Yes, Toby's told me so much about it, and, well, there's nothing wrong with my current railway, but look, Sodor's so beautiful. Look at this tree. Even this tree is glorious. Oh, I would love to work here, Paxton. I really would. And the reason I didn't want to go with Toby is because I heard Sir Topham Hatt was to be here at Wellsworth Station, and I want to meet him, see if we can, arrange an agreement of sorts, so that I can come and work here." "Oh," said Paxton. Paxton really didn't know what to say, but he finally came out with the words. That's cool," he said. "Is there something wrong?" said Flora. "No, not at all. Oh, look, it's Sir Topham Hatt." Sir Topham Hatt had just stepped out of Wellsworth Station. "Ah, Flora," he said, "it's finally nice to meet you." "Greetings, sir," said Flora. "I'm Toby's friend." "Oh, Toby's told me so much about you," said Sir Topham Hatt. "It's finally nice to meet you." "The pleasure is mine," said Flora. "Anyway, sir, would you mind coming over here so that we can talk about something very important?" "Like what?" said Sir Topham Hatt. The issue of Sodor." Said Sir Topham Hatt. "Sounds interesting enough. All right, Flora, what do you want to talk about?" Paxton realized that he was no longer needed in this conversation. Even though he was supposed to drop the fuel tankers off, Paxton didn't have time. "Goodbye, sir," said Paxton, and with that he rattled around the bend and away from Wellsworth Station. Paxton pulled slowly into the yard. He wasn't feeling so well at all now. He had felt very good that morning and had been very excited about his jobs, but now the only thing he could think about was Flora. Stepney and Douglas were there. They had just finished their shunting when they saw Paxton pulling. He didn't look well at all. "Paxton," said Douglas, "what's the matter?" "Yeah," said Stepney, "you don't look well at all." "Oh, dear," said Paxton. "It's so many things, I don't even know where to start." "Well, what's bothering you?" said Stepney. "Well, Toby brought a friend to the railway. Her name's Flora. "Oh, I saw her this morning," said Douglas. "She's very pretty." "Yes," said Paxton. "She is a pretty engine, probably a hard-working engine, too. And, well, I just... I don't know, guys. What's the matter?" said Stepney. "Out with it now. I'm concerned about my future." "Your future?" On the Sodor Railway." Stepney was shocked. "Paxton, are you implying that..." "Yes," said Paxton. "I really do think that Toby's friend, Flora, could possibly replace me." "That's preposterous," said Douglas. "Don't listen to a word of it, Paxton." "I don't know," said Paxton. "I mean, she's got everything that this island could need. She even brought her own coach." "Oh, well, that is quite impressive," said Stepney. "But, Paxton, you're a hard worker. Sir Topham Hatt would not give you up." That may be true," said Paxton. "But, I mean, I was at Wellsworth Station earlier. Yeah. And Flora, she was going to talk to Sir Topham Hatt about staying on the railway." "Well, that is a problem," said Douglas. "Yes, and I know that the Island of Sodor has all the engine that it needs for a while, and if there was one engine that Sir Topham Hatt would send away, it would be me." "Why would it be you?" said Stepney. "Because I'm technically not his engine. I still belong to the other railway. Sir Topham Hatt never signed the papers. I'm technically a visitor, just like Flora." "That is a big problem," said Douglas. "I don't know what to do, Paxton. If I see Flora or Sir Topham Hatt, I'll try to talk to them about it." "Thank you, Douglas," said Paxton. "I really enjoy working on the Sodor Railway. It's just, well, I think my days are numbered." "Don't think like that," said Stepney. "I'll try not to. Well, anyway, guys, I have to go pull the mail for Percy. Sorry. Maybe we can meet up some other time." "Yeah," said Stepney. "Nice talking to you, Paxton." "Agreed," said Douglas. "Oh, bye, guys," said Paxton. Paxton was not feeling well at all, and he trudged slowly to the turntable. Daisy and Molly were there. They had just finished with their work, and they were taking a rest. "All right," said Paxton. "Turn me around, turntable master." "With pleasure," said the turntable master, and Paxton slowly began to move. But just as Paxton was on the turntable, suddenly it stopped. "What's the matter?" said Paxton. I don't know," said the turntable master. "Well, this can't be good at all," said Molly. "No, it can't," said Daisy. Paxton looked around, and he didn't know what to do. He wasn't connected to any line, so he couldn't go anywhere. "Give me a sec," said the turntable master. "Let me try and figure out what's happened." The turntable master looked around for a while, going from side to side, until he realized what had happened. "Ah," he said, "this turntable is very old, and I'm afraid it's broken down." "Oh, bother," said Paxton. "This is not good at all." "Do you have any trains to pull?" said Daisy. "Yes, I have to go pull the mail for Percy, right over there." "Oh, dear," said Molly. That is a problem." "Yes, and it's about to leave." "Oh, did you hear that? That was the guard's whistle. I must go right now." "Well, this turntable's not going to get fixed for a few hours. You're going to have to find another engine." "I can't help you, Paxton. Look, I'm trapped in by the buffers, and so is Molly." "Hey, I have an idea," said Molly. "Hey, Douglas, come here." "What's the matter?" said Douglas. "Paxton's on the turntable here, and it just broke down. Can you go try and find another engine to pull his train?" I guess I can," said Douglas. "But what other engine would pull Paxton's train?" "Hey," said Molly, "I saw that Toby had a friend earlier today. Maybe Toby's friend wants to pull the train." "Oh, bother," said Paxton. "Great, just great." "Actually, that's not a bad idea at all," said Douglas. "I'll go right away." And with that, Douglas puffed away. "Whew, that was a close one," said Daisy. "Good thing we found somebody to pull Paxton's train." This didn't make Paxton feel well at all. A few hours passed until the turntable master finally had the turntable fixed, and Paxton was finally able to get on with his way. Unfortunately, Flora had come and gone through Knapford Station and had taken the mail with her. "Oh, dear," said Paxton. "This may just be the worst day in my entire life. I don't know what to do now." "What's the matter with you, Paxton?" said Molly. "You seem all gloomy." Nothing. Turntable master, can I just please get off this turntable? I think turntables are fun for a spin and for a short time, but sitting on it for a couple hours isn't exactly my fancy." "Agreed," laughed the turntable master. Just then the turntable started to turn again. "Hooray!" said Paxton. "It's starting to work." He was so eager to get off the turntable that he moved to the very front of it. "Watch your front wheel, Paxton," said the turntable master, but it was too late. Paxton was so eager that his front wheel actually went onto the track in front of him. "Watch out," said Daisy, but it was too late. The turntable got stuck and was trying to move. "Ah, my front wheel," said Paxton. "Help, help." And just then, something happened that nobody expected. Paxton was thrown up in the air in a series of spirals and landed down on the turntable on his side. "Whoa," said Molly. "What happened?" "His front wheel caught in the track right there," said the turntable master, "and because of the pressure from both sides of the track, he was thrown up into the air." "Unbelievable," said Daisy. "Paxton, are you all right?" Yes, said Paxton, I'm fine, but he was obviously hurt and his shape was bent. A few minutes later, Toby arrived with Sir Topham Hatt on board. Said Sir Topham Hatt. This was not what I was expecting, Paxton. What happened? Oh, sir, it's a long story. Paxton's been stuck on the broken turntable for a few hours, and now just as he was about to get off, well, he was thrown into the air. Yum, said Sir Topham Hatt. That is very interesting. Paxton was feeling terrible all over. Sir, he said, are you going to send me back to the other railway? What? Said the engines. They were all just as equally shocked. What are you talking about? Well, I'm going to have to go get repaired, said Paxton, and since you don't own me, the other railway will have to pay for my repairs. I'm just as good as scrap now. Daisy was shocked. What are you talking about, Paxton? Yes, said Sir Topham Hatt. What are you talking about? Paxton stopped. Wait, you don't know about Flora? Yes, I know about Flora, said Sir Topham Hatt. What about Flora? Asked Toby. Well, Flora, your friend, said Sir Topham Hatt, tried to persuade me that she would be a perfect fit on the Island of Sodor. Toby was cross. I told Flora before she arrived not to talk about such things with you, Sir Topham Hatt. I'm sorry that this ever happened. That's all right at all, said Sir Topham Hatt. But actually, Paxton, you're quite lucky. Why? Said Paxton. We weren't able to work out a deal. Why? said Molly. Because, said Sir Topham Hatt, it appears Flora has very high standards. She wanted to have her own branch line with her own coach and a private shed away from the rest of you. Ugh, said Daisy. I don't like engines like that. Neither do I, said Molly. Toby was quite shocked. I've known Flora for several years now, but I never knew she would be that mean. That's all right, said Sir Topham Hatt. Anyway, I sent Flora packing, for lack of better words. Sorry, Toby. Well, that's all right, said Toby. Next time I see her at the works, I'm going to have a talk with her. You mean she didn't pull the mail? No, she went through Knapford Station on her way out. Paxton was relieved. Phew, he said. I was just getting a little paranoid there. Sorry, sir, but we do have another pressing issue, said Sir Topham Hatt. You are technically not my engine, and therefore you are right. I can't pay for your repairs. Paxton grew glum once again. Oh dear, he said. This is the end of my life on Sodor. Nonsense, said Sir Topham Hatt. I'm sure we can work out a deal. In fact, you know what? I'm going to send you to the works, and when you get back, I'm going to telephone the other railway and see if we can work out a deal. Honestly, Paxton, I would be quite surprised if they've realized that you're gone. I would be quite surprised too, sir. Sir Topham Hatt was very happy. Paxton, he said, the last few months have been a trial, and you've been an excellent engine. You would be a perfect fit on the Island of Sodor, and I cannot wait to have you as a full-time engine. And for the first time in his life, Paxton was finally able to breathe a sigh of relief.